Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into some powerful ideas from T. Harv Eker's Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Have you ever looked around and wondered, why does some people seem to attract wealth almost effortlessly? Like it just flows to them. While, others work incredibly hard day in, day out, but just seem to struggle financially. It's a really common question. And Eker, well, he claims the answer isn't just about luck or circumstance. He says it's all about your money blueprint. This subconscious programming about money that you picked up, probably when you were a kid. So in this deep dive, we're going to unpack Eker's core argument that changing your financial life isn't just about what you do. It's really about who you are when it comes to money. It's like this internal program, this blueprint is constantly running, pulling you towards or pushing you away from wealth, often completely under the radar.
That's exactly it. And think of this deep dive as us, well, breaking down the specific mental patterns Eker talks about. You know, the things he believes really separate the millionaire mindset from, let's say, a poor or middle class mindset. We're going to pull out those key insights that, honestly, could really shift your whole perspective on money and how you approach building wealth. It goes way deeper than just, tips and tricks.
Okay, so let's anchor on that foundational idea Eker presents, the money blueprint. It's not just a catchy phrase, is it? He means it quite literally. It's this internal script formed mostly in childhood that's basically running your whole financial show.
Right. And he uses that great analogy of the financial thermostat. Imagine your internal thermostat is just set to a certain income level. Even if you get a big raise or a bonus, somehow things happen, unexpected expenses, maybe that bring you back down to that programmed level. It's like your subconscious comfort zone for money. If it's set low, you'll unconsciously maybe sabotage opportunities or overspend to stay there.
That's such a powerful image, the thermostat. And Eker's really clear on this. If you genuinely want to change your financial situation for good, permanently, you have to start by resetting that blueprint. It's non-negotiable in his view. So, okay, we get the concept, but how do we even start to see how differently rich people think? What are these mindset shifts Eker talks about?
Well, that brings us right to what he calls the 17 wealth files. These are basically 17 distinct ways of thinking where he contrasts the mindset of the rich with that of the poor or middle class. They're like specific mental software upgrades, if you will.
And some of them just hit you right between the eyes, don't they? Like wealth file #1, rich people believe I create my life, versus poor people believing life happens to me. That shift from victim to creator,
Yeah.
it's fundamental.
Huge difference.
Then there's wealth file #3. Rich people are committed to being rich. Poor
Okay.
people merely want to be rich. It's that level of commitment versus just, a wish or a hope. Big distinction.
Wanting isn't enough, is it?
Exactly. And another one I find really insightful is wealth file #5. Rich people focus on opportunities. Poor people focus on obstacles. It really highlights where people direct their mental energy, doesn't it? What they choose to see.
Absolutely. And that theme of active choice, of deliberately choosing your thoughts and focus, runs through all 17 files. Eker is adamant that adopting these specific thought patterns isn't just helpful, it's actually crucial for building wealth. Because, and this is key, he sees money purely as a result. It's not the cause of anything. Your bank account is just a printout, basically, reflecting your inner world, your beliefs, your thoughts, your programming.
Right, like the fruit on a tree.
Exactly. He uses that tree analogy. The roots are your inner world thoughts, beliefs. The fruits are your results, your money, your health, everything. So many people try to change the fruits, looking for better investment strategies or job opportunities, but they ignore the roots. If the roots are weak or programmed for scarcity, the fruits will always reflect that, no matter how much you polish the leaves.
That makes so much sense. Okay, so we understand the why, the blueprint, the mindset, but how? How do you actually change something so deep-seated? Eker outlines this four-step process, doesn't he, for changing that financial blueprint. It starts with awareness, just recognizing the limiting beliefs you have.
Seeing them clearly.
Then understanding, knowing where they came from, parents, society, media.
Tracing the origins.
Third, disassociation. Realizing, wait a minute, this belief isn't actually me, it's just a program I learned, and I can choose to uninstall it.
That separation is vital.
And finally, the big one, reprogramming. Actively choosing and installing new, empowering beliefs about wealth and success. That last step, reprogramming. It sounds straightforward, but wow, that must be the real challenge. Does Eker give practical things to do day to day to actually make that reprogramming stick?
Yes, absolutely. That's where it gets very practical. The 4 steps are the mental framework. But then he introduces a specific money management system. It's designed not just to manage money, but to actively build the habits and mindset of a wealthy person, to reinforce that new blueprint.
Ah, the famous six jars or accounts.
Exactly, his six-account system. And he stresses it works no matter how much or how little money you currently have. The percentages are key. So it's 10% into your financial freedom account. This is purely for investments, never to be spent.
The Golden Goose Fund.
Precisely. Then 10% into a play account. This is crucial money you must spend every month on things that make you feel good, that feel luxurious or fun.
Why is the play account so important? It seems counterintuitive if you're trying to save.
Aker argues it's essential psychologically. It trains your subconscious to associate money management with pleasure and reward, not just deprivation. It keeps you motivated and counters that feeling of scarcity.
Okay, that makes sense. What else?
Then 10% for education investing in yourself, books, courses. 50% for necessities, your basic living costs. 10% for long-term savings, for spending things like holidays, cars. And finally, 10% for giving charity or helping others.
So it covers investing, rewarding yourself, learning, living, saving, and giving. Pretty comprehensive.
It is, and the act of dividing your money this way every single time you get paid builds discipline. It builds financial muscle. But more than that, it builds this feeling of control and abundance, even with small amounts. You're telling your money where to go, reinforcing that you create your financial life. It directly supports the reprogramming.
Moving beyond the basic mindset and habits, Iker gets into some more, let's say, advanced principles too, right? Like how the wealthy handle problems. He says rich people don't try to avoid problems. They actually aim to become bigger than their problems, whereas, he argues, poor people often let problems seem bigger than they are, which then shrinks their ambition and action. That's a really interesting perspective on challenges.
It is. It reframes problems not as stop signs, but as opportunities for growth. If you can handle bigger problems, you can handle bigger responsibilities, bigger businesses, more wealth. And this connects directly to another core principle. Your income grows only to the extent that you do. Or, put another way, your income is directly proportional to the value you provide to the marketplace.
Ah, so it's not just about working harder. It's about delivering more value.
Exactly. You want more income, find ways to solve bigger problems, provide better solutions, increase your skills, lead more effectively, increase your value proposition.
And another big one he emphasizes is the power of association. Basically, who you hang out with matters. A lot.
Oh, massively. He says you need to consciously choose to associate with positive, successful, supportive people because mindsets are contagious. If you hang around negative or broke people, their thinking will rub off on you and affect your own financial thermostat.
It's that idea of your network is your net worth, but on a deeper mindset level. Surround yourself with millionaires. Start thinking like them.
Precisely. And then there's one of his bolder ideas, maybe a bit controversial for some. Commit first, figure out later.
Right. He observes that successful people often jump into opportunities before they have all the answers. They commit, then trust themselves to learn and adapt as they go.
Whereas waiting for everything to be perfect, for all the lights to be green before you start, that's often a recipe for staying stuck. It requires a certain level of self-trust and willingness to act in uncertainty.
It definitely pushes against conventional caution, doesn't it?
It does.
And finally, rounding out these principles, he talks about gratitude and generosity. Not just when you are rich, but as a way to become rich.
Yes. Practicing gratitude for what you have now creates an abundance mindset. And being generous, even with small amounts, reinforces the idea that there's more than enough to go around. It helps shift you out of a scarcity mentality, which he sees as a major block to wealth.
Okay, so pulling all this together from our deep dive, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind isn't really a how-to book in the typical sense. It's not just strategies and tactics. It's fundamentally a guide to, well, reprogramming your entire inner world when it comes to money, changing your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits to match those who've achieved financial success.
That's the core message. Iker's ultimate promise or premise is that if you truly transform your inner money blueprint, your external financial results have to change. They will inevitably follow. It's less about working harder and more, as you said, about thinking richer.
Thinking richer. I like that. It really puts the power back in your hands, doesn't it? Or rather, in your mind. So here's something to chew on as we wrap up. Given how deep these money blueprints run, often from childhood, what's just one small belief or maybe even a spending habit you have, something you might have picked up growing up, that you could start to just observe this week? Not judge it, just notice it and ask, does this belief actually serve me now?